Hey, it's Kaptainkewls here. I'm doing a review of the Gears of War 3 beta. Just finished up last week. Overall, amazing game. Very crisp. It tops out number 1 and 2 in my opinion, just completely. The way it works is they've put it over to dedicated servers. I believe the beta was still host-based, but even so, you would not even be able to tell whether it was or not. They improved a lot of weapons, changed a lot of the style of play, and first of all, they actually made it so it's kind of a mixture between 1 and 2, where if you want your mid to long range with your hammer burst or your lancer, you can do that, but at the same time, they have a lot of really powerful close range weapons, so if you want to be that rusher, you can. You have that choice of the style that you want to play. I'm going to be going over the weapons, the maps, and the game types, and what I thought of each of them. Now, starting off with the weapons, they came out with, I believe, 4 new weapons. They had the one-shot, the digger, the sawed-off, the retro, and the incendiary grenades, which are all really well balanced, I think, except for the retro, which is supposed to be a mid-range weapon, but works almost better than a shotgun close range with the blind fire. It's possible to down someone before they can even get a shot off. That's my only, what I believe, unbalanced weapon is in that game. A lot of people had a problem with the sawed-off. Personally, I didn't see too much of an issue. It has an extremely long reload time. You have to run away after you shoot someone because there's almost always someone behind them. It is a little annoying to get shot by one and just completely bodied right off the bat, but that's why people get it, right? I mean, it's a simple kill and you can run away after, but a lot of the time you're not going to make it out of there in time. So, with that said, I'm going to go over to the new power weapons. You have the one-shot, which is a sniper rifle, requires 2 hands. You got to sit down at any point in time and stand still to fire it. And it has a giant red laser that comes out of it, showing everyone that it is aiming at something. It only has 3 shots, and it's very slow to walk with, but at the same time, it obliterates anything in its path. It's a one-shot, just like the weapon says, and it can shoot through boom shields and kill them instantly. It also has piercing, so it can go through 2 people, making it the only gun that can actually do that besides the torque bow with the headshot. They also have the digger launcher, very, very creative weapon. It shoots a little locust beam that comes up into the air and then digs through the ground, which can actually go past cover and take care of anyone that may be camping or hiding. If you happen to get a direct hit on someone, it instantly goes in them and will grind for a second after it releases and causes an explosion, which gives a chance for multi-kills as well. And then you have the incendiary grenade. Now they improved the ink grenade as well, but the incendiary, what it does is it's the only grenade that doesn't stun people, but what it does is if you get a direct hit on them, it instantly kills them, and it leaves a flame on the ground that they can't really go through without causing a lot of damage. It doesn't down, it instantly finishes, whereas the ink grenade now causes a stun when people get hit, which if in there long enough and hit directly, it will down them instantly. If they stay in it, they will die. The smoke grenade's been changed. It has a stun to it now, so that rather than just stop you, it allows you to continue moving, but you can't use your weapon. And the smoke itself stays there and completely obstructs any vision that you'll have past that. It's, I think, a very good medium between the Gears of War 1 and the Gears of War 2 smoke grenades. That's about it for the weapons. They really did improve on the hammer burst. It has almost no recoil with the iron sight now. The Gnasher has barely any visible blank shots, like from the Gears of War 1 and 2, where you would shoot someone point blank and they wouldn't die. And I think everything's just very crisp, very improved. But over to the maps now. My biggest issue with the maps is a lot of them had a single location in which they were overpowered. Between Checkout, Thrashball, Old Town, and Trenches. The only one I found that was somewhat balanced in terms of you had to stay at the whole map at all times was Old Town. With Trenches, there were certain locations like the very top of the map and the grenade spawns where you could hold it down and you had view of the whole map in general except for their spawn. So if you were able to hold those locations down, it was very, very easy to get those kills. And the team had a very hard time to move around. Now, whereas with Checkout, which is just absurd, if you can grab the ink grenades there, you have a full view of the whole map, and if you have automatics, you're more covered than they are, and you have high ground. It's very, very easy to see where anyone is coming from, and any power weapon that they want to get to, they can't get to without going through your hammer burst, your lancer first. So I found once 1 or 2 people hold that down, they won't die again before anyone in team deathmatch just their whole team gets finished off. King of the Hill, it's a little different because the location moves, but even still staying there, support fire makes a huge difference. Now you have Thrashball, which once again you have an overpowered location. If you can run up top and hold down the stairs, there's about 30 to 40 feet that people have to run up with low ground before they can actually get to the top and try and shoot people. It's very, very hard to get up there once a team holds it down, and it also has a view of the whole map except for the grenades and the actual inside of spawn. So between those three, the only one that I can find that actually doesn't really have too much of an advantage from a single location is Old Town, which it actually has weapons spread out all through the middle. All your power weapons are there, but at the same time you're visible at almost any location. There are about 3 to 4 spots where people could be shooting you from where they will have cover. And I think that makes it a little harder of a map to move around in, but at the same time it's much more strategic. You can't just camp one spot because people will get a full circle on you and you won't be able to move anywhere. So it really comes down to holding the map in the right place. And I really did enjoy that map. I found it a little harder to play on, as I said, but in the end it really made for a fun experience compared to the other three, which were just really, really easy to get those wins in. I'm going to go over to the match types. There's Team Deathmatch. They added torque bow tag at the end, which was just the whole weapon consists of torque bows. You still start with your standard loadout, so you can pick between your weapons, but every weapon spawn was a torque bow. It was enjoyable. You got killed a lot, but you had a lot of fun with it. Also, they have Capture the Leader, which is like a mixture between VIP from Gears of War 1 and Submission in Gears of War 2. And it was very enjoyable. Rather than have a bot that you have to capture and hold and bring to a location, you have a human leader which you have to down and capture and hold for a certain amount of time. Now, if the opponent captures your leader as well, no time goes down until someone loses that leader. And then you also have King of the Hill, which has actually been merged with Annex so far as I can see. The hill will move to multiple locations. The other thing that they did as well is they changed it so that, I don't know if this is going to be in general or just in like King of the Hill, Capture the Leader, and Team Deathmatch, but they merged Annex and Warzone so that you get down and you can shoot people from far away, but at the same time you can still revive on your own. I'm sure they're still going to have their Execution and Warzone matches specifically, but that is what I saw for for the beta itself. Overall, an absolutely amazing game. Epic did an amazing job. You guys improved so much. I mean, there's no lag issues. I was never able to tell who was hosting the match. The shotgun almost kills every single time. The sniper's been improved. Very, very fun experience. I almost have a hard time going back to number 2. This is Kaptainkewls with my review for the Gears of War 3 beta, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later.